Let's try again this time. I hope I can. Je plan is hier mislukbaar. My dad wants always to eat. It is my second part. I will retry doing it again. I think I know what.
Tip. Support ships repair hulls up to 60% to compensate for fighting in a shieldless environment.
Congratulations, pilot. Following a recommendation from Commander Thompson, you have been selected to join the Special Operations Branch of Galactic Terran Intelligence. Your new assignment is aboard the GTD Krios, flagship of the Special Operations Branch, as this reassignment comes after the decommissioning of the GT.
Command, jump complete. I have visual contact with the Hori. I'm reading damage from earlier strikes, and their nav is knocked out, but the cruiser is still operational.
I'm also confirming the presence of multiple escort fighters and sentry guns placed around the depot.
Acknowledged Alpha 2. You'll need to neutralize those fighters and sentries before we dispatch Delta Wing to disable it.
Roger that, Command. Engaging the enemy fighters now.
Great shot!
Virgo Wing is down!
Alpha, do not engage the cruiser directly until it's vulnerable. Try to draw those fighters away from the Hori first and eliminate them.
Cancer Wing has been destroyed. Good work, Alpha. All sentry guns are down. Command, this is Alpha 2. All hostile targets are neutralized. The area is clear.
Good work, pilots. We are deploying Delta Wing now.
This is Delta 1. We've arrived and are moving into position to disable the Hori. Alpha, please assist.
Impressive, pilot.
Taking damage. Request cover.
Your mother made.
Check your 6, pilot.
Command, this is Delta 1. offline, weapons disarmed. Our work is done. We're bugging out.
Excellent work, pilots. Omega is now being deployed to capture the Hori. Rearm if you need to, Alpha.
I guess high chances.
Support ship being deployed.
Engaging enemy.
Command, this is Alpha 2. We've got a situation here. Vasudan Freighter Gemini just jumped in with 2 escort wings. They will be attempting to rescue the Hori. Requesting mission update.
Acknowledged Alpha 2. Epsilon Wing is being scrambled to assist you. You must prevent the Gemini from docking with the Hori. Omega 1 is on hold until this threat is dealt with.
This is Epsilon Wing. We're ready and waiting for your orders, Alpha 1.
Breaking to attack. Taking damage. Request cover. You got a bogey on your tail.
Command, this is Alpha. Gemini is down, but it's getting hot out here. It's now or never. Deploy Omega before we're overrun.
Understood, Alpha. Omega is en route to your position.
This is Omega. We are moving into position. Cover us, Alpha.
Attention, pilots. Libra Wing has just arrived. They are on an intercept vector with Omega. Neutralize them before they reach the target.
Affirmative, sir.
This is Omega. We've docked with the Hori. Initiating jump sequence.
Mission complete. Return to base.
Excellent work, pilots. The PVC Hori has been successfully captured and towed back to base. This operation was executed with precision, and your efforts have provided us with a major intelligence asset. Command now has an opportunity to analyze the Hori and gather critical information about the Vasudan battle group's objectives in this system. Your ability to eliminate enemy defenses and neutralize the Hori without compromising its integrity was outstanding. Special Operations extends its gratitude for your exceptional performance.
Alright, basic mission.
Our analysts have decrypted data logs and intelligence files recovered from the captured Vasudan cruiser PVC Hori. This vessel was part of a strike group with objectives that confirm a larger PVE operation is underway. The logs indicate that the cruisers in the Hori's group are currently en route to Kepri Station, positioned on the border of Vasudan-controlled space within the Antari system. According to our intel, they are using Kepri Station as a staging point to rearm and resupply. As of this briefing, we believe their preparations of the initial strike forces are nearly complete. This intelligence suggests that the Vasudans are preparing to launch an offensive with the intention of seizing control of the Antares Beta Aquila jump node. If successful, they would cut off a critical connection to our Sol-based forces, effectively isolating our forces in Antares and Ribos from our supply lines. Recon flights have confirmed that the Vasudan strike group has now been joined by the PVD Nekabit. However, Command believes this unexpected development could present an opportunity to turn the situation to our advantage. Initial combat deployments using Liberator-class warheads have exceeded expectations in their destructive efficiency against the subsystems of Aten-class cruisers. We believe these warheads will perform just as effectively against the Typhon-class destroyer. This presents an excellent opportunity for a bold victory over the Vasudans in a surgical strike. Should the PVD Nekabet be deployed to assault the jump node, we can aim to destroy it before it becomes a threat. Instead of relying solely on raw force, we can utilize the Liberators to disable the Nekabet's engine and weapon subsystems. Once crippled, we can then deploy the GTD Krios to safely engage and eliminate the command ship of the 6th Vasudan Battle Group. This operation will be a joint effort between the GTA and the GTI's Special Operations Branch. We are deploying Alpha Wing to support the GTC Tempest and GTC Catalyst and their escort fighters, which are currently blockading the jump node. Your primary objective is to maintain control over the node, as the first elements of the Nekabet battle group are expected to arrive within an hour. You are ordered to destroy all hostile targets that attempt to breach our blockade and protect these cruisers. Your bombers are armed with Hellstorm anti-cruiser missiles to aid in neutralizing large targets. However, do not hesitate to use Liberators to disable heavy turrets and buy precious time for the Catalyst and Tempest. If the Vasudans decide to deploy the Nekabet to assault the jump node, your primary objective will be to disable it, and then neutralize its weapon subsystem. We will provide updates to your mission objectives based on developments in the engagement zone. Additional assets will also be redeployed to your location, if necessary. Once the Nekabet is incapacitated, the GTD Krios will jump in to deliver the final blow to the Vasudan command ship. This is our opportunity to take over the initiative in the Antara system. However, if we fail to maintain control over the jump node, the PVE will have our forces encircled. Your bombers are waiting fully armed and ready for deployment. Do not fail us, pilots. Good hunting.
No weapons select. Okay. Let's go and let's kill group of 5,000.
Catalyst, this is Alpha 2. I can see Vasudan debris nearby. What's your current status?
Alpha 2, good to see you. We just repelled the PVC Hathor and a Vasudan bomber wing. Looks like that was only an initial strike wave. Sustained damage is minimal.
Acknowledged, Catalyst. Alpha and Beta, form up and get ready.
You know, it's the waiting that gets to you. Just sitting here wondering when they'll jump in. You're telling me. I keep thinking, shouldn't Command have sent more backup? 2 cruisers and a few fighters don't exactly scream secure blockade at a critical node.
Feels like they're holding back resources while we're the ones out here risking our necks.
Delta Wing, remember that this operation has the potential to turn the tide in the entire Antares campaign. This limited blockade is intentional. We want the Nekabet to enter your sector.
Exactly. When the Nekabet finally arrives, it's our turn to return the favor for the Vega engagement.
All wings, stand by. Multiple jump signatures. Vasudan fighters and bombers are now entering the sector.
Let's focus on those bombers. Don't let them get close enough to launch their warheads at the cruisers.
Dit is cooking tonight. Papa, je laatste uur is geslagen, hè? Anders zeg ik gewoon 6 uur geweest. Uw keuze, pa. Oh yeah, I say Koopa is for sure. It's just to joke Koopa. I hope Koopa will be coming online because we are still at war against him. Ja, ik ga zo drinken. Ik ga zo naar mam toe drinken halen.
Great shot.
All wings, be advised. 2 Vasudan cruisers, the Cenobur and Sergem, have just entered the field of engagement.
Those cruisers have decent firepower. Do not let them get too close to the Catalyst or Tempest.
Copy that. We can use the Liberators to knock out their engines so they don't make it anywhere near our cruisers.
Targum is neutralized. Outstanding work.
Check your 6, pilot.
The Senator is down. Nice work, pilots.
Yes. How is that? Is this company?
Impressive, pilot.
Good work, Alpha. The area is clear, but the battle isn't over yet. Scouts are reporting more cruisers leaving Keyfree Station and heading your way. Call in for support and rearm.
Roger, sir. On our way.
This is insane. The PVE seems to be throwing an unreasonably huge force at this jump node. What are they thinking?
How many years of service do you have, Delta One?
A year. The Vega incident happened shortly after I got my wings.
A good amount of time to learn how to survive. But trust me, you'll get used to missions like this. I was there at the outbreak of the war, and it only gets crazier from here.
Cut the chatter, pilots. Picking up incoming jump signatures. Hostile configurations.
PVC asset is entering the area. I'm reading 6 additional bombers. Let's intercept them first, Alpha.
Rearming complete, sir. Good kill.
The PVC Circuit is entering the field of engagement. How much longer do we have to hold out here?
Our scout wing just checked the Nekabet's last known location, but the ship was missing. All signs point to it coming your way. We've taken down the asset.
The Nekabet has taken the bait. It's entering the area.
Confirmed. Scrambling Zeta and Eta wings to assist. Alpha, prepare for coordinated strike. We've taken out the Cirque.
Zeta Wing reporting in. We're getting ready for a bombing run on the Nekabet.
Roger, sir.
Alpha and Zeta, form up and target the Nekabet's engines. Initiate the bombing run.
We're sustaining heavy damage. Hull integrity at 50%. Alpha, we need immediate cover.
Roger, disabling your target.
This is the Tempest. We're taking heavy fire. Hull integrity is down to half.
Rearming complete, sir.
Fui, Papa!
Command, this is Alpha 2. The Liberators aren't cutting it against the Typhon's armor. We've breached the outer hull, but we can't get through to the subsystems. Requesting a mission update.
Understood, Alpha 2. We'll need to take down the Nekabet the hard way. The GTD Krios is being deployed. Stand by.
This is the GTD Krios. Gunnery, target the Nekabet and open fire. The 6th battle group will meet its end today.
Admiral Scott, welcome. It's a pleasure to finally meet you on the field of battle. Exactly where we wanted the Krios to be. Your inability to see the bigger picture. Typical Terran short-sightedness. Unfortunately, we won't prove ourselves against each other today.
I need to rearm. Engaging.
Helm, initiate jump sequence.
What the hell? Command, the Nekabet has just jumped out. Requesting further instructions.
The mission is finished. Return to the Krios for debriefing. Fresh units are being deployed to your location to relieve you. This is the GTC Chimera. We have arrived on station and are ready to assume escort position.
Although the mission did not go as planned, you successfully destroyed several cruisers from the 6th Vasudan battle group and held control over the Beta Aquila jump node. This will deliver a serious blow to the PVE's war effort in Antares. Despite your best efforts, however, the Nekabet managed to escape. Research and development had anticipated that the Liberator missiles would penetrate the Nekabet's hull based on prior successes against Aten-class cruisers. This outcome suggests that further improvements to the Liberator missiles may be limited in value, and our scientists are now refocusing efforts on the Disruptor and Stiletto projects. It appears the PVE intentionally directed our attention to the Beta Aquila jump node. While we were engaged with the Nekabet, another strike group led by the PVD Mutt attacked the Ribos jump node blockade and managed to break through. As a unit of the Special Operations and Containment Branch, we may soon be redeployed to Ribos to address this situation. Expect further information regarding this subject later today. Although the fighting was intense and our forces were outnumbered, you successfully protected both the Catalyst and the Tempest. Their crews are grateful for your support. In recognition of your dedication to their safety, you are hereby awarded the Military Defense Medal. The PVE has executed a clever maneuver, drawing our forces into a defensive stance in the Antares system. While we concentrated on securing the Antares Beta Aquilate jump node, another Vasudan battle group, led by the PVD Mut, breached our blockade at the Ribos jump node. Reinforced by the PVD Nekabet, they are now initiating a large-scale assault on the Ribos system. Initial reports are grim. The Ribos system contains critical research outposts, including several vital to the GTI. Losing these assets would severely compromise our technological and tactical advantage. This appears to be a well-planned operation, preceded by precise intelligence gathering. Command does not rule out the possibility that someone within the GTA may have aided the PVE in obtaining this information. At the time of the Vasudan attack, the Ribos system was under the protection of the GTD Repulse from the Research and Development branch of the GTI. However, R&D's forces alone are not enough to defend the numerous installations here, including Tombor Station. In response, Command has ordered the Special Operations branch to move into Ribos to contain the threat. In the coming missions, we will focus on defending critical research outposts that the GTI has deemed essential to our war efforts. Regular GTA forces will manage civilian evacuations and secure lower priority installations in the meantime. Prepare for detailed mission briefings once we arrive in Ribos later today. Just before departing from the Antares system, we received a shipment of the new HL-17 laser cannons directly from Sol. While research and development suggests that argon-based laser technology may be approaching its limits, scientists in Sol have developed this heavy variant of the standard ML-16 laser. The HL-17 consumes significantly more energy from a fighter's reactor and has a slower projectile speed, but the additional firepower makes it highly effective against bombers. However, for high-mobility dogfighting, we recommend sticking with the standard ML-16 laser. The HL-17 requires an experienced pilot's touch and close monitoring of your weapon energy levels. Due to these demands, this initial shipment is reserved exclusively for elite GTI forces. Welcome to the Ribos system, pilots. At 11:20 hours, Command received a distress signal from Kepler Station, a GTA research outpost engaged in the final development stages of the disruptor cannon. The station is currently under attack by Vasudan forces in what appears to be a calculated strike. They knew precisely when and where to hit. Given the critical nature and near-completion status of the disruptor project, Special Operations has been mobilized to oversee and secure the evacuation of Kepler Station. Your mission is to protect this high-value research and its personnel at all costs. The installation has sustained only minor damage so far, but it was never meant to withstand a prolonged assault. Hostile forces, including a Vasudan cruiser, the PVC Tefnut, are already engaging the station with fighter support. Your primary objective is to clear the area of Vasudan threats to allow for a safe evacuation. Alpha Wing, you will lead the assault, neutralizing any fighters and bombers that threaten Kepler and our evacuation transports. Once the area is secure, hold position until the evacuation party arrives and assist as needed during docking and transfer operations. The Science Cruiser, GTSC Endeavour, and 2 Omega transports will conduct the evacuation. Omega-1 will begin the extraction, taking on the first load of personnel and disruptor prototypes. It's vital that at least one transport completes the mission successfully to secure the research and personnel. Expect heavy Vasudan resistance. Our intelligence reports indicate the presence of Vasudan bombers, with fighter wings poised to intercept our transports. You must neutralize these threats swiftly. Once Omega-2 completes the extraction, the Endeavour will initiate Kepler Station's self-destruct sequence to prevent any remaining research from falling into enemy hands. You must ensure that both transports reach the Endeavour for cargo transfer before retreating to base. Mission success depends on the safe evacuation of Kepler's personnel and disruptor prototypes. If both Omega transports are lost, the Endeavour will destroy Kepler Station immediately. Remember, the research and personnel on board are of paramount importance. Do not let them fall into Vasudan hands. Good luck, pilots. Dismissed.
Okay, we need to actually go ahead.
Kepler Station, this is Alpha 2. What's your status?
Alpha Wing, we've sustained minor damage. We need immediate assistance.
Copy that, Kepler. Alpha Wing, we need to sanitize the area before the evac party can be deployed. Prioritize those fighters and take them out first. Then we'll focus on the Tefnut.
You got a bogey on your tail.
Good kill.
Cancer Wing is down. One less threat for Kepler. Virgo Wing eliminated. Area's clearing up fast.
Disarm.
Tefnut's going down. Watch for the blast.
I was flying away.
Kepler Station, this is Alpha 2. What's your status?
Alpha Wing, we've sustained minor damage. We need immediate assistance.
Copy that, Kepler. Alpha Wing, we need to sanitize the area before the evac party can be deployed. Prioritize those fighters and take them out first. Then we'll focus on the Tefnut.
I do enjoy this gameplay.
Great shot.
Cancer Wing is down. One less threat for Kepler.
We have reinforcements. No. You have to find them and build up. Ja, ik ben in overtreding. Foei, papa, ik wil een glas water van papa. En mama lust koffie.
You got a bogey on your tail. You got a bogey on your tail. I'm out of missiles. Calling in a
Virgo Wing eliminated. Area's clearing up fast.
Kepler Station to all units, sustaining damage.
Nou ja, gelukkig krijg ik het goed. Van mijn moeder. Die zegt alleen maar dat ik ondeugend ben. Alleen maar ik van mama hou. Ja, we hebben drinken, eindelijk.
Roger, sir. On our way.
Tefnut's going down. Watch for the blast.
Great shot.
Command, the area is clear. All hostiles have been neutralized.
Acknowledged, Alpha. Evacuation party is en route. Stand by for arrival.
Oh ja, daar boven op de kom zit hij. Dat is... Hij zit bovenop de pomp hier.
Oh?
Gevonden. Die beta zit bovenop de pomp. Die beta zit bovenop de pomp.
This is Omega 1 reporting in. We've arrived at the designated coordinates.
Kepler Station, this is Endeavor. What's your status?
Non-essential personnel and the first batch of disruptor cannon prototypes are ready for evac. Omega 1, you are authorized to approach our docking bay.
Rearming complete, sir.
Acknowledged Kepler Station. Initiating docking sequence now.
Reading new jump signatures. Hostile configurations incoming.
Heads up! We've got...
Confirmed, Alpha 2. Those bombers are targeting Kepler Station, and fighters are moving to intercept Omega 1. Engage and neutralize. Protect the station and Omega 1 at all costs.
Impressive, pilot.
Omega 1 here. Docking complete with Kepler Station. Transfer ETA is 60 seconds.
New bandits in the area!
Transfer complete. Cargo secure. Leaving Kepler and heading to dock with Endeavor.
Zes uur geweest.
Enemy wing just arrived.
Taking heavy damage. Need to repair.
I'm not staying completely serious.
Omega 1 here. We're taking fire. Hull integrity down to 75%. Omega 1 here. Docking complete with Endeavor. Beginning cargo transfer now. Hull at 50%. We're under heavy pressure. Requesting immediate cover. Omega 1 here. Cargo transfer complete. Undocking now and engaging subspace drive. See you on the other side.
Protected.
This is Omega 2, arriving at the evacuation zone and ready to assist.
Enemy wing has just arrived.
Acknowledged Omega 2. Alpha Wing, cover that transport.
breach warning. We cannot take much more of this. Requesting immediate assistance.
I'm trying to do both, but
Good kill.
good. My goodness.
Omega 2 has docked with Kepler Station. Transfer ETA is 60 seconds.
Roger, sir. On our way.
Omega 2 has undocked from Kepler, proceeding to Endeavor for cargo transfer.
New bandits in the area!
Rearming complete, sir.
Omega 2 here. Taking damage. Hull integrity down to 75%.
No, you aren't.
I'm out of missiles. Calling in a support ship.
All the way to come in now.
Enemy wing just arrived.
Impressive, pilot.
Omega 2 has successfully docked with Endeavor, preparing for cargo transfer.
Enemy wing has just arrived.
Omega 2 has completed the transfer, undocking from Endeavor now.
Endeavor to all units. Initiating Kepler Station self-destruct to prevent any remaining research from falling into PVE hands. Clear the area immediately.
Enemy wing has just arrived.
My goodness. If I could say complete. Oh man, copy.
Great shot.
I don't think this is big campaign. I think this is small. If this is free missions campaign. Ja, we hadden heeft de overpart was het
Excellent work, pilot. Both Omega transports completed their evacuations, and Kepler Station's personnel and disruptor prototypes have been successfully secured and are en route back to Saul. Your quick response and skill under pressure saved vital research from falling into enemy hands, and all vessels involved in the operation are accounted for. This is the outcome Command was hoping for, and your effectiveness is commendable. However, the PvE threat in Ribos is far from over. Command has ordered the GTD Krios to assist the GTI Research and Development Branch in evacuating key assets from the outer sectors of the Ribos system. Rest up and prepare for another mission, pilots. More work awaits.
Evacuation protocol complete. First flight. Single mission field. Next mission.
GTI Special Operations has been tasked with evacuating the Vanir-class cruiser, designated Hestia, from the dry dock at the outskirts of Ribos. Developed by GTI's R&D branch, Hestia is a classified prototype essential to a larger project. This mission is of high priority due to increased Vasudan presence in the system. Intelligence suggests that the location of the Hestia and other Vanir-class prototypes may have been compromised by an informant within our own ranks. The Hestia is currently stationed at the Ribos 01 dry dock, located near the edge of the Ribos star system. The gravitational boundary here divides deep space from the star system proper and limits jump drive capabilities, allowing entry and exit only from a single route. Those coordinates will be marked with a jump node marker on your HUD. Delta Wing is already on station near the Hestia and patrolling the dry dock. Your first objective is to escort the transport Omega to the Hestia. Omega carries the crew needed to power up the Hestia and prepare it for departure. Another transport, Iota, is already docked with Ribos 01 to extract personnel from the dry dock. Communication with Command is unavailable in such a remote location, so the Omega will assume operational command for this mission. Support 1 will be deployed alongside the Omega. However, if Support 1 is lost, no additional support ships will be available due to the lack of a long-range communication link. Once the crew transfer is complete, the Hestia will begin its engine startup sequence and proceed toward the subspace boundary. Alpha and Delta Wings will form up on the Hestia to defend it during transit. Intelligence indicates the possibility of Vasudan forces intercepting us en route, so stay alert. The Vasudan threat at the subspace boundary may include bombers and cruisers. Prioritize the elimination of any fighters and bombers before they reach the Hestia or Ribos 01. The Hestia will engage cruisers directly, but it will rely on Alpha and Delta Wings to handle incoming fighters.
Where are you, Google?
At the boundary, the Hestia, Omega, and Iota will jump out to the inner part of the Ribos system. The jump route will be marked in green when you're within subspace drive range. If you stray from the boundary, it will appear yellow as a reminder to return within the jump zone. This operation is classified to Upsilon level clearance. All mission details and prototype information are highly restricted. Alpha Wing, your actions are critical to the Hestia's safe extraction. Engage and eliminate all threats along the exit route.
Is tussen hier niet? Maar tussen is hier nog wel, toch? Maar ik heb tv aanstaan.
Omega, this is Alpha 2. We're in position and ready to begin the escort sequence.
Copy Alpha 2. Remember, long-range communications are down in the outer sector, so we're running this operation independently. Omega will...
I don't...
will assume command for this mission.
Ik heb Restream screen. I don't want this.
Proceeding to dock with the Hestia now. Alpha, assume escort formation and stay close.
But it recommends you fly to assist you against Cooper forces. I wish Cooper was here in call. Cooper made the film turn yellow. Oh, now I'm green. Huh? I saw yellow.
Quick question. Delta Wing, what are you flying? Those don't look like any standard GTA fighters. Angel class refits, maybe? R&D working on a new interceptor?
That's classified Alpha 3. You're reminded that all mission details are restricted to Upsilon clearance.
Copy that, Delta 1. Level Upsilon. Understood.
Now that's a cruiser like nothing I've ever seen.
Agreed, Alpha 2. That armor plating, it's different from anything on a Fenris or an Orion.
Wonder what they're planning to use it for. Must be something big if they went to these lengths to keep it classified.
Omega here, on approach vector to dock with the Hestia. Ribos 01 requesting permission to dock.
Permission granted, Omega. Proceed with docking.
Docking with the Hestia complete. Reactor activation confirmed. Initiating personnel transfer now. Engine power-up sequence will commence once the crew reaches the helm.
Group of forces.
Attention, all units. We're detecting multiple jump signatures entering from the subspace boundary. Confirmed hostile configurations.
Looks like we're heavily outnumbered. Multiple Osiris-class bombers with fighter escort converging on our position. Alpha and Delta. We have no choice. Engage them head-on before they reach the dry dock.
All pilots, listen up. We're mid-transfer on the Hestia's fuel line. If they hit us, this whole station will blow. Everyone here, including you, goes down with us.
Weet je wat mij oplegt? Mama weet al wat ons oplegt. Mama, wat legt ons op? Mama, wat legt ons op? Mama, wat legt ons op? Ik vraag wat het ons oplegt. Nee, wat het ons oplegt.
Check your six, pilot.
Shut up. I'm busy with information. I'm telling others from high command. Oh my god.
Hestia is down. Mission aborted. All units.
jump point and return to base immediately.
I need to rearm. Calling in some support.
This mission is impossible.
Great shot.
Yeah, okay, we failed, but I got the lead. I don't know how you want me to protect them, because they have so many fighters. And I don't have good missiles. I don't think they succeed.
The loss of Hestia and Ribos. One is a major blow to our objectives in the Ribos system. With Hestia destroyed during a refueling operation, GTI has lost up.
Yeah, okay, that's not possible. Why all this mission is impossible? I don't know. Okay, guys.